All right, so I appreciate you all coming to my blog, which is now going to be a vlog as well. A little bit of hybrid. It was brought to my attention through some of my collegiate ministry students that not everybody likes to read and that I hadn't really introduced myself. So that's what this is going to be, a little introduction and a little bit of talking. So I'll start off. My name is Mark Dixon Jr. I am a junior. My dad reminds me all the time that he's the real Mark Dixon. It's funny, I'll get mail from my church back home at Mount Pleasant, and all he'll sign is the real Mark Dixon. So he enjoys that I'm his son, I guess, and I enjoy that too. I was born in Newport News, Virginia in 1990, so I'm getting old. And I moved to Charles City when I was 6. So Charles City, Virginia is right between Richmond and Williamsburg, and we lived right on the Chickahominy River, down a 1.5 mile dirt road. Our church that we attended was actually at the beginning of that dirt road. So anytime I needed to go to church as a kid, I could ride my bike or take the four-wheeler or something like that. So that was always a big part of my life, that dirt road, the river. Like you can see in the summary of the blog, that the river is kind of a place where I can go to relax. And I think we all need some of that in our life, a place where we can go to be at peace, to be still and listen to God. So that was kind of the whole, I guess, premise behind the blog. Give me a place to kind of just unwind, share with you. So I grew up on the Chickahominy River, which feeds right into the James. And so that was pretty cool. I was blessed as a child to have grown up there. I started off in church really young. At 13, I started leading children's church, so I would take kids back during the sermon. We'd sing. We'd have a nice little message, and then we would have arts and crafts and that kind of thing. So at 13, had a group of kids that I would do that with. At 16, I became the pastor's assistant. So Barbara, the Reverendess, Dr. Barbara Filling, one of my mentors, really kind of molded me and allowed me to be myself, and which was pretty awesome. I got to speak some on youth Sundays and different Sundays to fill in for Barbara, and really develop that passion of sharing God's word and using my life as a testimony. So at 16 I did that. 18 I moved to Wise to go to college, played some football, played some baseball, and graduated. Stayed in Wise, worked in Wise. Got a master's in strategic communication from Liberty while working in Wise, which was pretty cool. It was actually really fast. And I still really don't know how to communicate, as you can tell by all the ums and hem and haws. But it allowed me to focus on leadership, and specifically servant leadership. So that was a fun time. But going back to kind of my childhood, I told you I was born in Newport News, but I went to Denby Christian Academy at a really young age. From there, I went to Walsingham Academy in Williamsburg. It was a Catholic school. Now this is fun. If you do know me, if you don't, you'll get to know me through this. At this Catholic school, you had to wear a uniform. And there were days during the summer where I would wear a long sleeve shirt. Got in trouble for it. I wore shorts during the winter at some point. Just kind of shows my personality, and that, my mom didn't like to dress me, I guess, appropriately. So I had no fun at Walsingham Academy. None. It was pretty much torture, really. I got in trouble one time for being too enthusiastic to answer questions in class. Now, my sister loved it. I'm not saying anything about the school in general, but it just wasn't for me. I'm a public school kid. And there was one time I was talking in the hallway to my buddy Sean. I remember this. And one of the nuns came and grabbed me and pulled me into a classroom right on the side of the hallway. And she asked me what I did. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. And she actually took me to the head, I don't know what you would call her, head nun, And they made me write a 3-page apology letter to the school. 1, that I had to say what I did. 2, I had to say why I did it. And 3, there had to be an apology letter in it, all for talking in the hallway. So needless to say, my parents were like, okay, time to go. So then I started going to Pocosin Elementary School. Now, my father was the assistant principal at the middle school. So I went there for a while. And in that ride, Pocosin is about an hour from Charles City. So in that ride, we would sing Gaither music. I was introduced to B.J. Thomas, John Michael Montgomery. And so Dad and I really started singing and fellowship and that kind of thing at a young age. I also discovered my love for talking. I really enjoy talking. It's kind of my thing. And so there would be times where I would get 30 minutes to talk, and then I had to be quiet for 30 minutes. So it was during that period in my life that I also discovered my love for wrestling, that WWF, and I don't remember what it was when I was watching it, but Stone Cold Steve Austin was the man. So I had to read an hour of the Bible for every hour of wrestling that I watched. So that was kind of the beginning of me reading the Bible and really, I don't know how much of it I really retained, especially at that age. I think I was 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade. And, but it made me sit down. It made me read. And I remember one time there was a special and it was going to be 2 hours long, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep on my bed reading the Bible, and they didn't even wake me up. So they didn't wake me up to go watch Stone Cold Steve Austin and that kind of thing, they being my parents. But that was just kind of the household that I was raised in. God came first. Always does, always will. So let's see. After leaving Pocosin, I went to Charles City Middle School. And in middle school, I was picked on a lot. I was overweight. I was a minority. Wore glasses. Definitely did not know how to dress. Blame my mother. And then finally, as I kind of discovered who I was and I started to change that. I started to kind of change who I was. I learned to play the saxophone, got in my first fight in school, and I learned the important role that sports were going to play in my life, because once I started playing basketball, I started losing weight. Once I started losing weight and I started growing, I started gaining friends because I got better at sports and that sort of thing. So then by 8th grade year, I was wearing Timberlands. I had baggy jeans, drove my dad crazy, but I had baggy jeans, and I had any kind of throwback jersey you could think of. My favorite throwback jersey wasn't even a throwback. It was a Jason Kidd New Jersey Nets jersey. That was back when he was playing with Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, or Kmart. And Kidd had a alternate jersey. It was gray. It was my absolute favorite jersey, and I remember I got it for my birthday one year, and that was definitely my favorite jersey I ever had. I left Charles City once I was going into high school. I left because I wanted to, I guess, experience something new. It was a AAA school compared to what Charles City was, which was single A. So Woodside High School is where I ended up going. I played football. I played basketball for 2 years, wrestled for 2 years, and played baseball. So I was really into athletics, really trying to, I guess, get that scholarship. That was kind of the dream. I graduated from Woodside and then left for Wise to play football, like I said earlier. And so one of the reasons I wanted to do this kind of introduction was to really explain why I started the River. One, I thought it would be fun. I really do enjoy communicating with people, whether it's writing, no matter how good or bad I can write. And two, because I have a passion to help people. That is my passion in life. It is to truly help. other people. And part of that is by being open about who I am, the things I've been through in life, and how I was able to overcome them. And every solution had God in it. So I will be incorporating God into everything we do. I guess I'll introduce you. This is Catherine. This is my cat. Catherine is a sweetheart. I had to name her, and I kept calling her Cat because I really didn't want her. And now she is what I come home to, I guess. So I never really considered myself a cat man. I always had dogs, but Catherine kind of stole my heart. And I'm not really sure I'll ever have one after her. But so that's Catherine. She'll be in and out, I guess, of our vlog from here on out. But I want to help navigate. I want to help you go through your issues by talking about mine. I want us to work together. I want to serve you by making myself vulnerable and really talking about issues that maybe people aren't talking about. Maybe you need help with and you can't ask for help. Or maybe there's something that you want me to cover that you don't want anybody else to know that this is for you. So I'm more than happy to do that, more than willing to do that. I'm an open book. So I want to encourage you to write or message me and just let me know what you want me to talk about, because I'll do that. There will be days where I'll have things on my mind I'll share with you, and then there's going to be days where I have things that you've asked me to speak about. I will warn you that I'm going to be completely honest, and that there's going to be things that you're going to judge me for, and that's okay. There's going to be things you like about me, and there's going to be things you don't like about me. Again, that's okay. It's a human nature. Nobody's perfect, but I hope you will. I truly pray that you will see the Lord through all of it, and just see what He's done in my life and how He's helped me just overcome things. And then talk about joy in life that I have. And so this is not just going to be a depressing vlog, blog, whatever. It's going to hopefully just give God the glory, the joy that I experience in life. So a little bit about me. Like I said earlier, I graduated from UVA-Wise with a communication degree. Have a master's from Liberty in strategic communication. Again, that doesn't make me qualified for anything. It just means I went to school and I was able to complete the work. What does qualify me for anything is the life experiences that I've had. I am a pastor at First Baptist Church of Norton, and I'm the director of the Baptist Collegiate Ministry at UVA-Wise currently. I actually just quit my job as the strategic communication coordinator at UVA-Wise because I felt led into full-time ministry. What that means, don't really know, except that I'll focus on school. I'm getting a master's in divinity from Grace School of Theology, and I can focus on that. I can focus on visiting people at the church, and I can focus on, all right, God, what's next? This is, my life is yours, and where are we going? So again, I intend to blog or vlog as much as I can. It probably won't be every day, but it will be often. And I want you to feel free to reach out to me and just let me know. All right, hey, this is what we need to do. I need some help with this. Will you talk about it? I just want to help. That's all I want to do. I think about when God asked, who will go for me? Who will we send? And Isaiah said, here I am, Lord, send me. And that's what I want. I want to help. I want God to send me where He wants me to go. I want Him to get me to help whoever needs help. So, you may like or not like this blog or vlog or whatever, and that's okay. But I'm hoping that there are some people that may need to see this. So again, thank you for tuning into the river. It's probably one of the most peaceful places I've ever been in my life. And right now I'm kind of there too, just waiting on God and as close to Him as I possibly can. So I appreciate your time, and I'm sure Catherine and I will see you later.